Hello, welcome to another episode of What Crazy Unusual Pokemon Did in Icons Bring this time to a local tournament. Let's take a look. This is the team I brought to this tournament, this challenge. I focused on the challenge more than the cup this time because I haven't filled in all my challenges yet for points. So I brought a very meta team. And then there's a Florges. Let's take a look at these Pokemon one by one. Dragonair, just very solid in general. Whiscash, very meta. I brought double water here, which I think Lantern is just a very solid Pokemon in general. Covers flyers, like Skarmory very well, protects it from the Dragonair too. Then I have Vigoroth with Brick Break. I just want to try it out, man. I thought I covered Talonflame quite well, so I didn't have to fear it as much with the... Right, I have Dragonair, Whiscash, Lantern. So I went with Brick Break for a better Registeel and Lickitung matchup. In hindsight, I can already say I do not recommend. Like, Ghost matchups are not great. You're just useless there. I have the Skarmory standard moveset there. Just pairs very well with the water types. And then I have the Spice Pick of today, Florges. I think this team is very good. Cresselia probably is a little bit more consistent, better than Florges. But Florges still tackles a couple picks. Why did I bring this actually? So this is what Florges tackles: Whiscash, Annihilate, and Dragons. Also, Polarized is a good matchup. You do need Vine Whip to be consistent against Whiscash though. Vine Whip doesn't, however, make Lantern or Azumarill that favorable, so it does have its offsets. And Fairwind, obviously, with the same type of attack bonus, deals about as much damage as Vine Whip and then charges energy quicker, so it does have its offsets there. I also like Florges from Master League still, so I want to give it a try here. Yeah, I actually think it was a very viable Pokemon if I face teams that have like Whiscash, Annihilate, and a Dragon, because that's a very BBML core right now. Before we head into the battles, a big thank you to Spellemere for hosting a challenge and a cup for us that allows us to get these championship points. I went here with the usual crew, with Tiptondo. Actually, Tho went on his bicycle like a real Dutch guy. So yeah, let's head into the battles now. My first matchup against Colin is going to be an interesting one, because this is the kind of core where Florges actually does pretty well, which is the Annihilate Whiscash core. I know he loves Annihilate, so that's a Pokemon that I really hope to get it on. And then there's also Sableye, where Florges is very, very nice against. Disarm Voice and Moonblast both deal a lot of damage. That Mantine though, not great for me. I do have the Lantern, but I would always expect the Whiscash, and it makes it a little bit RPSC. So I'm just gonna go with a, I'm hoping to align my Florges as well. Vigoroth is quite safe if he doesn't align Annihilate on it, so that's what I'm going with here. Unfortunately, I leave my Florges into his Registeel, and I say switch to Whiscash. He answers with the Lickitung. This is really unfortunate, because I run Brick Break Vigoroth. It makes it much better against the Registeel. And I didn't check the team sheets properly. He also ran Flash Cannon, Zap Cannon Registeel, so it doesn't even do that well against the Vigoroth. I could even no-shoot an attack here. So yeah, unfortunately didn't catch him on the ABA here. I fully expect something to counter my Vigoroth in the back, such as an Annihilate, so I already feel like it's kind of over. Unfortunately, I get no debuff there, otherwise I would have no-shielded, because I would barely live the power whip. I get no debuff again. Well, last resort, just gonna go for a shield here then with the Mud Bomb, and hopefully, like, one shield Vigoroth can do something, but this looks very dire at this point. I don't have the same type of attack bonus on my Vine with Florges, so it's gonna take a while before I get this farm down even. I may even have to throw an attack. I go for Power Whip, then I go into Florges, farm this all the way down. Actually does more damage than I thought it would, but obviously Florges is not super bulky in Great League. It's like more fragile than Sableye, I believe, about as bulky as Giratina. In comes Registeel again, going Vigoroth. He swaps immediately into Sableye. And look at this. I go for Brick Break immediately, so I'm technically one of the Rock Slide. And Colin didn't read the team sheet either, because he shields this. So that's very fortunate for me. I'm not going to shield anything here. Again, I didn't check if it was Flash Cannon. I didn't check the team sheet, so I realized, or I think here, that I cannot shield this because a Focus would just do way more. And that is actually maybe better for me, because now I cannot get the 3 charge attacks as well. Brick Break and counters are actually going to add up here. It's crazy. Maybe at this point I could have gone for Body Slam, because he's double debuffed. But that return hits so hard, man. If I shield that, I actually may have had a really good chance here. Because I get so low now that the Registeel might be able to lock on me down. And in that case, there's just no play anymore. I need to land a Brick Break. I need to get enough counters in that the Moonblast will knock out. The Sableye still has 1 HP here, which is not great. But if I get to knock out Registeel with Florges anyway, it doesn't matter. So Brick Break lands. Gonna get some more counters in. One more, no. No, I'm gonna go for the Moonblast, but even despite the debuff, this is not gonna be enough. There's no shot. Yeah, it actually did way more than I thought it would. Again, Florges is a little bit attack weighted in Great League, but I think just a cool Pokemon, especially because I used it so much in Master League. I have a little bit of affinity with it. Battle number 2, I'm gonna use my safe Pokemon. I didn't bring it the last time, and I lead it into Mantine. This is not great for me. I think the one-shot is okay if I call an Aerial Ace, but he just wins it straight. Straight Aerial Ace, because Mantine is pretty bulky. I despise this Pokemon, really, because it's so boring. All his attacks just don't do damage. But if you face a fragile Pokemon like Dragonair is, then you do. I have a pretty bulky Dragonair. It usually hits the bulk point against Lickitung, making it extremely strong. But sometimes I don't like to run this, because, like, Cresselia that are very defensive with, also in a bulk point, and then... Anyway, as you see there, I call an Aerial Ace now, going for the Body Slam. Which wouldn't knock out yet, but I think if you let it through, I could Dragon Breath down. So he goes 2 shields down, really want to switch. I expect the Lickitung in the back, maybe the Registeel. Registeel will be very bad. If it's something else, I might be okay here. They're gonna go in my Vigoroth here. I would not be surprised if it is Registeel, because that would cover the Mantine from the Skarmy, which Mantine also doesn't have a great matchup against. But it could very well be Lickitung as well to cover for the Lantern. It could be like Lickitung Whiscash in the back, then I'd be golden here. Goes into Whiscash, I go Florges immediately, and actually is Lickitung, so I have play here. But you will see here how mediocre the Florges is in the neutral matchups. This is where Fairy Wind would really help, because then 2 Moonblasts will knock out the Lickitung, and you get there way faster. I need 8 Vine Whips for my Moonblast, and with Fairy Wind that would be, I believe, 7 and then 7. Yeah, for me it's a little bit, just a little bit longer though, not that much. Its real pace is in the Disarming Voice though. That's like 665 against 5. We're going for Disarming Voice here. Look at that perfect farm here. I throw right before its 3rd Body Slam. And can Whiscash farm me down? I get the double super effective Vine and the Moonblast. And this will secure me the game because this does so much damage. Ooh, a lot of damage. And then I'm not in skull range. So I will now comfortably get to my Body Slam. He won't have enough energy to get to double Mud Bomb here, but Colin... Going for the skull, that's what Whiscash usually do. So that will make the score 1-1. I'm still in it. Florges actually winning me a game here, so pretty happy about that. In the final battle, I get a tremendous lead, but I'm not prepared for a safe switch. I lead Lantern into Mantine. I tell him, good luck with this, you're gonna need it. And I'm hoping to catch a Mud Bomb here, but he doesn't throw. Unfortunately, I was hoping he would throw before I would potentially get to a Surf, but I guess he expected it. And Skarmy does not do that great here, especially on so much energy disadvantage. I get a debuff right away, super annoying. This makes the matchup so solid for the Whiscash. He's gonna even get to another one. If I get another debuff here, this Braypert will like barely do that much damage. No attack drop there. The text don't align very well, but you didn't see the drop down effect there. So going for Braypert doesn't even put him into the red. It's just sad. I need to get some more chip into this because this thing will get too much damage on my Vigor otherwise. So I'm gonna shield this, which is also not great because now he just gets more energy on my Skarmy as well. He would still get to that attack on the Vigor regardless. So I lose switch here, which is horrible. At least his hardest Lantern answer is out of the way, so I guess I have that going for me, but like a Lickitung in the back would be terrible at this point. Registeel at this point would be terrible. Sableye would be okay, because Sableye just lacks in bulk. You know what also would have been great here? Rock Slide. For the Mantine. So yeah, Scald comes through. He debuffs me, I don't care, I'm going to swap out immediately. He reacts extremely fast. So I'm going to go for double Surf here. I expect him to shield the first one. He needs like 1 second for his Zap Cannon here, so I just want to land all this damage before I get potentially debuffed. It's actually wild that he doesn't shield, considering that like Registeel has no play against Lantern. Sorry, Mantine has no play against Lantern if I were to take this out, so I'm definitely banking entirely on my Lantern here. Let the first one through, we'll get to anyway. But it's a little bit of a mistake because this is where I didn't count properly. He doesn't even get to a Zap Cannon after letting this through. Why would you honestly let this through? If I should not shield this. This is double resisted. This is actually a Flash Cannon, which is very unfortunate. And Ice Beam probably would have done even more there. But maybe I could have Wing Attack down, so I could have been Wing Attack down, so that would not have been ideal either. Probably should just shield the first attack, either way. In comes Mantine, still a shield. Colin miscounted. Lets me fire down his Whiscash, which is great. Now I can get energy on it. I'm not even a Thunderbolt, where I thought at this point, well, he lost count anyway, so just gonna throw that. And gonna try and make an Aerial Ace catch. He doesn't throw though, because he would need 2 charge stacks then. Yeah, now you can just go for Ice Beam Aerials. I figured he's going to farm up a lot of energy here, but you should also know that Mantine's damage Aerial Ace is just bad on anything. So at this point, Colin is going to go for another Ice Beam, but he doesn't have enough energy for that. I think an Aerial Ace may have been enough here. I honestly wouldn't be too sure. Aerial Ace is so bad on Lantern, and like even on Lickitung, does like freaking 10% or something. Honestly think it would have knocked out there, but maybe Colin wasn't too sure. And I would not be surprised, because Mantine is just doesn't like knocking out Pokemon. My next opponent is Though Tactical, and I have a terrible matchup here. Basically, my team is split in half here. I would love to bring the Lantern. The Lantern is very good against Skeledish, against Mandibuzz, and it's pretty decent against the Zapdos, but it's terrible against Whiscash, against Cresselia, Abomasnow. Abomasnow has Ice Wind here, so even better in neutral matchups. Against the Florges, Florges looks like the one Pokemon I can use to counter that Whiscash, but it loses about everything else here, so I can't really bring the Florges. And if I bring the Florges, I cannot bring Skarmy with it, or Vigoroth, because then Skeledish will core break me extremely hard. So that makes this matchup like so tough. If I bring Florges with water types, then Cresselia runs over me, so that makes this really tough. because I don't have Rock Slide on Vigoroth, Scaladage absolutely punished me so hard. I could test out if Tho checked his team sheet, but I don't want to, because if he did, then, yeah, Vigoroth just gets demolished there. So let's go into this first battle here and see how that goes. I'm going to always rely on Dragonair. It's my one safe Pokemon, but I get it on the Pokemon where I don't want it. Well, I also wouldn't have wanted it on a Bomb Snow. I'm playing, like, Whiscash, Charmy Core every single time here. It's the last resort if you want to play a little bit safe and there's no Poliwrath. Like, Poliwrath's the one thing that Core breaks that. But anything else, like, it can work. So I'm just going to play with that. Going to shield up this first attack. I think Tho has a pretty good Cresselia, so it probably hits the bulk point here. I'm not too sure, though. Because those Dragons actually do add up more than I thought it would. Another Body Slam. He actually will live this and get to another Moonblast, so that's terrible for me. Yeah, I have to double shield. I can't lose switch and use shield. I'm expecting like Whiscash Scaladage in the back, so I'm definitely keeping that. See what he comes in with. Does come in with the Whiscash, so I think my prediction is right here. He's actually lagging a little bit here, and I believe he only got like 2 or 3 mud shots in, where he should have gone like 4 or 5, which is very unfortunate for him. I'm gonna go for Body Slam. Let's go. This is where I feel pretty confident. I actually catch on the wrong Pokemon here, but he's actually just barely at the Mud Bomb here. He was lagging a lot, so that's kind of unfortunate. Not sure if it would have made a lot of difference. Now you see the Scaladage come in. It has a terrible matchup here against his Whiscash, but since I already am quite low, Shadow Ball will knock me out, unless I get the drop here. I've been lucky with Scald so far, but on Tho I am. Obviously, the boosts and the buffs and the debuffs always work on Tho. So now I live this Shadow Ball. I will be able to get to another Scald here. Then I still have a full Skarmy, and I have some Dragonair with some energy as well. So Scald coming through. This gets blocked. Obviously, makes sense. Attack drop again. This makes my Skarmy actually quite viable here. Yeah, I live 2 Shadow Balls now, even with the Incinerates. But I want to swap in my Dragonair, but I cannot. He still has a Desiring Voice, so Tho is smart. He is going to overfarm. He's going over by 2, trying to catch here unsuccessfully. I know I lose Charge Attack Priority, so no point there for me to throw. And then go for the Brave Bird. He doesn't throw. Maybe he lagged again, or he expected me to try and catch, but I didn't. So yeah, he lost a lot of Mudshots here. I don't know. Looking back at this, I don't know if it mattered as much. I think he missed like 5 Mudshots, though, which is a full Mud Bomb. He may have reached an attack on the Skarmy. So we look at the recordings, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to figure this all out. Let's just rematch. Next battle, I lead my Skarmy into Whiscash. This is not terrible, not where I want it. Ideally, I want to swap in my Dragonair to get like a head start on energy, draw out Cresselia, but I can't do that. I cannot do that, because then he throws a Mud Bomb and swaps out. Mud Bomb probably does like 50% on the Shadow Dragonair, so I can't do that. He throws a Scald. No debuff though. I'm going to go for the Brave Bird here now, because this will still do solid damage. Maybe he doesn't shield it. We'll put Whiscash very low, but he does shield it. Now going to the in my own Whiscash. He does swap in Cresselia. He has a Mud Bomb loaded, I believe, or Scald even, so kind of unfortunate. If I get a debuff here, I'm very fine. I remember from the Utrecht finals, if I don't get a drop here, which I don't, unfortunately, but if Whiscash doesn't get a drop, you can like grass on and farm down. But you're going to find that this Cresselia cannot. Maybe Pablo Dinos didn't run that good of a Whiscash, but I will be able to get to a Scald comfortably here. He cannot farm down before I get to another one, so actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Getting to another Scald here, just dropping it a little bit. Doesn't get a drop, unfortunately, because then it would do less damage on Skarmy. I want to get a lot of energy on Skarmy, because I expect Scaladage in the back, and I'm actually still in a fine spot here. Dragonair with a shield advantage against Whiscash and Scaladage. I might be okay here, and I'm getting a lot of energy here, but I make a misplay here. I go for the Sky attack. I should throw a Brave Bird here, because if I throw a Brave Bird, and I go into the Dragonair now, he doesn't even get to a charge attack. Look at how low this Scaladage already is. Yeah, I would have had 2 shields here still if I threw Brave Bird. Obviously, my Skarmy would take a massive hit then from the Incinerate. I have to shield this. Super effective. It would do a lot. And now Cresselia has so much energy. I'm carefully looking for what's coming in right now. I don't want the Whiscash to sneak, but I do want to get a Charge Attack Priority here, because I don't want to be the first one to expand the shield. If he baits here, he may be able to get to another attack now if he's at 100 energy, because then he would need like 1 or 2 Psychic Cuts to get to a Moonblast. I think 2. But he goes for Moonblast, and I was hoping his time was not up yet, but it was, because if it wasn't, I would get the farm on the Cresselia. And yeah, now it's useless. He goes for double Mud Bomb, and I just lose, so... That's unfortunate. I should have thrown Brave Bird. I think I would have won the battle then. But it is what it is. I mean, Wish I still love energy, so maybe not. Next battle. This is not... I'm not feeling confident here. I can really only play 3 Pokemon. I even told him that. He's like, what are you whining about? I expect the Wish guy swapping here right away, by the way. So I'm going to swap in Dragonair blindly. He was like saying, yeah, what are you whining about, dude? This matchup is not as bad as you think it is. And I'm like, bro... I want to mention the Big Vigoroth, but I can't, because he keeps expecting it. He again brought the Cresselia to counter that. I'm actually surprised he let this go and not go for switch. I guess he didn't expect the Whiscash in the back. I'm okay with this. Like, Whiscash is not bad against Zapdos. I will almost take it out with one Skull, definitely with the Mudshots. And yeah, I get the opportunity if I bring in Skarmy here. Look, the timer is not up yet. I can get a lot of energy here. I'm almost at an attack before Zapdos even comes in. So Zapdos comes in, I throw a Brave Bird. He has to shield this. This does so much. Zapdos is very fragile. Now I'm going to shield up. As long as I throw my attacks immediately and make sure that the timer doesn't stall too much, he cannot swap out and I should be very fine here. So I'm going to shield one attack here. But definitely not two, because the Cresselia has two. And in case, or sorry, the Cresselia has a Grass Knot, which will do way more. And yeah, I should be okay. I should be very okay. As long as I get to this next call, I will be fine. I think he lacks a little bit more, but it doesn't matter in this scenario. He will not get to another drill pack. Even if he does, I see PM on it. And yeah, that should this should knock out the Zapdos. Makes it very clean for me. I guess I was a little bit lucky with alignment, but man, if he went for switch, I may have lost, honestly. Yeah, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go for another Scald here, and he knows that it's over at this point because Cresselia has nothing on that full Skarmy. Yeah, this is just bringing these three Pokemon that are safe, man. That's just how I'm playing it. Now, the final battle is gonna be a tricky one, but not for me, because I lead into Zapdos. I'm like, whoa, why are you so confident bringing this into the Dragonair and the Skarmy that I keep, and the Whiscash that I keep bringing? He swaps in Mandibuzz, which I expect even less. He's going very weak to my Lanturnier, but knowing that he always brings like the Whiscash and the Cresselia, I never intended to bring the Lanturnier. It's so 50-50, and you know, everything can get like hard count here, but I didn't want to bring that, so he takes I take the Dark Pulse here. I cannot take 3 Dark Pulse though, and Mandibuzz is very bulky. I believe he built like a new Mandibuzz, which is a really good rank as well. CP doesn't say so, but neither does about mine. I win Charge Sack here. I hope this knocks out, otherwise I lose Switch. But maybe it doesn't matter as much. I have the Whiscash in the back, which is not exactly weak. I expect his Whiscash or Cresselia, so I want my Dragonair on that anyway. So yeah, he actually lives that, and I'm gonna front out with the Whiscash. Still get a solid three attacks there, 3 mud shots. Gonna go in Dragonair immediately. He stays in. This tells me that it has to be Whiscash in the back. Look at this Zapdos though, it's almost in Mud Bomb range, so that's great for me. I have energy to throw into the Whiscash now, and that's very fine. I believe I am almost in Mud Bomb range though, so that's not optimal, but as long as I get enough damage in this Shadow Whiscash with my Dragon Breath, I should be very okay. He shields that. Actually surprising, because I think Scald was way more, but I guess if he no shields, he just gets way too low, and he might even get much down. I'm gonna go for another Body Slam here, just right before his next Mud Bomb. Always timing well, hoping it throws him off a little bit. See if he farms up a little bit more or not. Yeah, he could have done one more Mudshot, I guess, but it doesn't matter. Like, the Whiscash at this point is so low, and I can knock him out with a Mud Bomb, which I have here. And then Zapdos needs 2 Drill Pack. It's dry, though, before it will be able to knock me out. And yeah, I won't be able to, because I will be able to get to a Scald here, and that will win me this battle. So I win my matchup against Stoke Tactical. I just really relied on my safe course here. Kind of boring. Didn't really see the opportunity to bring Florges. Obviously, Florges would have been okay into the Mandibuzz and the Whiscash, but I didn't have the balls to bring it. My next opponent is Chuni, known as the Lurantis guy, but he didn't bring any of them this time. Maybe inspired by my Sunny Cast from last weekend, he brought the Kanto Ninetales. Actually quite threatening for my Florges and Skarmory, but doesn't have good matchups across the board, so I don't expect it really. I expect the Altaria fully though, so that's going to be a tough one. And then there's also Azumarill. Florges with Vine Whip actually doesn't do that great against like Azumarill and Lantern. It's just really Whiscash that I do well against. Leading Skarmory into Altaria, a fantastic lead here, but not on the 2 shields. It's fine though, he swaps out. I only have Lantern here though, I don't have the Whiscash, so not that great. I'm actually playing a little bit soft ABA to the Registeel, because I have Dragonair in the back, which also doesn't have a great matchup, but with shields up it's playable. Throwing before you can debuff me here. This is actually a very neutral matchup, and at this point, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, I might not need switch as much. There's no way he brings Kanto Ninetales into Dragonair, Whiscash, Lantern, and then I have Vigoroth, which isn't even a great matchup. So I'm gonna go for Thunderbolt here, intending to let the Lantern go. I don't think I need switch as much here. That should be very fine. Yeah, I'm gonna let this go, and then I farm down entirely with the Dragonair. I feel very confident with this play. Yeah, getting the full Dragonair down. What can... I guess Altaria comes back in here. I probably should throw the Body Slam first. Doesn't matter though. Look at this in the back though. He actually brought the Kanto Ninetales. So I guess this is what it feels like to play against like a wacko who brings Sunny Cast form. In this case, it's a Kanto Ninetales. Kanto Ninetales is a little bit better though, because you have that overheat, which is even when resisted a very hard hitting attack. You will see this in the next video actually. And yeah, I guess the Ember down at this point. I think my play is to go for the full farm down. I don't know, honestly. I'm gonna need like 3 Body Slam plus Dragon Breaths on that Altaria, because he still has a shield here. Yeah, this is just not great at all. Yeah, even the Embers add up here. Dragonair is very fragile. I'm gonna go for the first Body Slam here. I think I denied the Dragon Breath. Long live the inconsistent game. He doesn't shield the first one. I actually intended on BMing first with the Aqua Tail, but I'm glad I did it. Now I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, maybe I should have done the last one. Nah, he shields that one. So nah, I can't even Aqua Tail BM. It's the most I could have gone out of it, I think. But yeah, he Dragonair me down. The Altair is just straight up bulk here, and yeah, he wins the battle. Well played. Yeah, I guess switch advantage would have been pretty cool there. Yeah. In game number 2, let's see what he brings. I actually expected to Trevenant all the time, because I have like Vigoroth, Lantern, Whiskers, Florges, and even doesn't do bad against the Skarmy. Well, where it is, I say swap my Dragonair immediately, and he stays in a little bit, goes for the shadow, builds up to the Shadow Ball. And I'm not gonna lie, I would have probably even shielded Seed Bomb at this point if you only built to that, because Dragonair is so fragile. And I expected to have good play in the back. It's a Red Shield that comes in though, which is not great. Red Shield's the one Pokemon that can take my Charge Attacks a little bit better, along with the Lickitung and the Azumarill. Surprised he didn't bring the Azumarill at all so far, honestly, considering I don't even have a... I only have Lantern really to answer that. Maybe he thought that Vine Wave Florges was pretty good, decent against it. He's going to go for a charge attack here. I will shield it up. Dragonair is super annoying, and I like being annoying here, so I'm just going to go for another Aqua Tail. He will actually outpace me to another Focus Balls here, so if he shields this, I probably will switch out. But he doesn't shield that, so interesting play there. He brings in Altair. I actually should have swapped into Skarmy immediately here, but it is what it is. I'm going to bring in the Lantern now to realign, bring in the Skarmy. Tyrant's quite fragile, so I will be able to get a farm down here. He will get to the Shadow Ball, which will do a lot of damage. This is not over yet, but again, Skarmy resisting Dragonair is going to be so useful though. And because Dragonair is so fragile, Altaria doesn't even have that much energy. I have exactly a perfect amount of health here to get to Sky Attack, which will win me this battle. Just look at this. Dragonairs don't add up enough here. Stealing is such a big improvement for that Skarmy here. Sky Attack will come through here. He has to block this or not. And I spark down. Yeah, to get the Dragon Breath down. Now I get to a Thunderbolt here. I should be very fine. I get the Thunderbolt before he gets to another Moonblast. So, because I believe he's just barely at the Moonblast here. Yeah, I have a very bulky Lantern. So I think I probably hit a bulk point here as well. And then Thunderbolt will knock out this Altaria, and that ties up the score 1-1 from a terrible lead to a win now. I need to win this last battle to win the challenge, to get the full points. That's what I want, because I only have 2 challenges in my name currently, which are both 1, so that's great. I have a bulk point here, so this matchup is honestly fantastic. I win all even shields, even if I were to let the first one go, I believe. Actually, if I let one body center, I think he can leak me down, but doesn't matter. Actually making an incredible catch here. I don't expect the Cantonines in the back. It will be a little bit tougher to come back from a Vigor lead if he does that. And actually stays in, which surprises me. I'm looking at the team sheet. I'm like, what do you have if you stay in here and keep throwing Body Slam? Because it's all resisted. Only gives my Skarmy time to build up energy here, so I'm fine with that. I do get very low though. At this point, I think it's Trident Altaria, so I think I'm okay here. Definitely no Red Steel in the back. He brings in the Altaria now, and I build up to 2 charge stacks here. Gonna go for a double Sky Attack. Well, actually, I built up to double Sky Attack, hoping he would shield the first one, no shield the second, but he actually no shields the first one. It's a little bit unfortunate. Gonna go for another Sky Attack here, not even building up to Brave Bird, because I was afraid I would faint with it. He no shields that as well. At this point, I think he just keeps all the shield for the Trident. I'm fine with that, bro. So he's hard locked in still, so I can farm this down with my Lantern. I think I no shield this, right? Yeah. Even if it is the Moonblast, I think I can still get the Dragon Breath down on the Trident. Gonna go to a Surf, which I will throw immediately. And the reason why, this doesn't do much damage, but he knows that I'm pressuring his HP. So he actually ends up shooting this. I only have resisted charge stacks for this Trident at this point. All I need to be careful of is a catch. If he catches, I think he might win this battle, because he will get to Sea Pump and then maybe another one. He will get to another one on my Lantern, because I will get up pace. I have no energy there. But he doesn't succeed in catching. Maybe he was thrown off by my energy, and now I will be able to Dragon with everything down. Lickitung. Again, the bulk point proving strong here, and I win with 2 shields. The challenge here against Chun. So yeah, I gained 15 points from winning that challenge. Very happy with that, because I don't have all my challenge spots filled up yet. I can fill up 6. I have 3 now, all 1, so I'm very happy with that. I think Florges was a pretty legit pick, but I didn't get to use it as much as I wanted to. I did when I could, but I just didn't face a lot of Whiscash, Annihilate cores, and then potentially a Dragon with it. So I didn't use it at all against Tho or Chun, but I think against Colin I proved that it can be very good. So yeah, hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.